So today's session is about intelligent systems, the second topic of your syllabus. So yeah, so the word intelligent is a common word which we'll see. Many of us pretend to be intelligent because we try to do a lot of things with our ability. So the general dictionary meaning of intelligence is anything which has ability to learn, understand, and think. So if you can learn or if you can understand and think by yourself, then we call ourselves as intelligent. In the same manner, uh, if you are like if you are designing any application in the upcoming years. Okay, everybody can see my screen, right? Is there any disturbance? Okay, yeah. So you can see a small meaning here. So anything which has ability to learn, understand, and think by itself. It can be an artificial one or it can be a manual one. Whatever it is pretended to be as intelligent. So we are having this topic called as intelligent system in your syllabus because AI is actually linked with some intelligence. So if you want to make a machine think, you need to add a lot of intelligence to that. So with respect to that, what are the important things which an intelligent system should have? So here you can see some five important things noted here. So if it has a reasoning ability, suppose if I say I have designed an application or I developed a project which has an ability to think by itself, then I can call it as an intelligent system. So you can see some five different names here like reasoning, learning, perception, that is the ability to think by itself, problem solving, it can be a puzzle or it can be a game with respect to some chess game with the system, or linguistic intelligence, that is what called as a Google Translate. So that is one important application which everybody is using now. So if you are unable to understand different languages, if you are just asking Google with your own language and ask it to translate, it will do it for you. That is one important application which is being developed. So any of these five things, if a system acquires any of these five things, then I can call that machine or the system as an intelligent system. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah. So what is intelligence? The ability of system to calculate or reason, perceive relationships, analogies, learn from experience. So anything what we add to a machine. So suppose if I want to develop an application which need to think like a human being. Suppose if I say I am scheduling a meeting every day, right? I am going to I'm having a class at 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. every day, and as a human being, I may be like fed up every day. Why should I do this? So if I develop a small application which can schedule a meeting automatically with respect to my voice. So if I open Zoom and say I want to schedule a meeting from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. every day, so actually we do it manually. We need to open the application, we need to set the timings and do that. But if I just give a voice instructions and ask Zoom to do that, then I can call it as a intelligent system because it is trying to uh, remove my burden. So instead of me going to application every time and doing all those things, if I just say schedule a meeting from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., it should do that. Then I can call it as a intelligent system. So applications can be a small or bigger one, but if it has any of the thing, like it can add some intelligent to that or it can solve our task, then we can call it as an intelligent system. So which should be able to solve problem or complex ideas. It can use natural language fluently. So for Google Translate, it should have all the things equipped with that, right? So anything which can reduce our burden with respect to intelligence, then we can call it as an intelligent system. Okay, yeah. So, as shown in the figure previously, the five things listed here. So, you can say a machine or system is artificially intelligent when it is equipped with at least one and at most all. So, it can have at least one of these five things, or at most all these five things also can be equipped. So, if you want to design a huge application like a self-driving car, right? That is one important application which is being under innovation since many years. There are a lot of problems. So if you want to develop a even a robot, or if you want to develop a high-end application, the Netflix recommendation or Twitter tweet recommendations, so there are a lot of things. So even Facebook, Instagram, all the applications are now doing some recommendations, right? So automatically your friends connections will be displayed to you. So these all things are like automatically something is happening in the background. So there are some algorithms designed previously for this, and there are much more algorithms under research which will be trying to make our works easier. So all those algorithms has been developed based on these five main aspects, that is reasoning, learning. So here learning is some important thing. So you're learning from previous tasks, that's what, right? So if you are opening a YouTube and trying one important, suppose if you want to learn your AI by yourself, so if you are just clicking just in the search that AI notes or AI videos, so you will get all the recommendations with respect to your AI. So depending on the previously done previous searches, it will try to showcase the maximum available views or most interesting videos with respect to your search. That is what we call it as learning. The same manner, problem solving is one important thing with respect to algorithms. So anything which can solve huge puzzles, uh, which can compete with human beings, it can be a game or it can be a puzzle, then we call it as a problem solving element. Perception is again thinking with respect to human knowledge. So definitely a system or a machine need to acquire a knowledge of human being. So the person who is trying to develop an algorithm or trying to write a code will try to add his intelligence with respect to the requirements of the people. So the regular task, whatever we are seeing, we'll try to put it in terms of algorithm, and that is what we are trying to convey to a machine that we want this. Then only it will be trying to think with respect to human beings. So you need to keep these five things in your mind with respect to intelligent systems. Okay. So in examinations also they can ask you these things. What is the intelligent system and what are the main aspects of intelligent systems? So you need to list all these five and try to explain it in your own words. That can be done. Okay. So what are the different types of intelligence? So previously we have seen what are the important things a system need to have if you want to make a system as intelligent or artificially intelligent. So with respect to that, what are the different types of intelligence a system acquires? It can be linguistic, if it is a text-based application. So if I say voice to text, so if I talk something, a text should be displayed in our own language. Suppose if I say uh, I'm talking in English language, I want to just make a note of one paragraph in terms of Telugu. So I'm talking in English, but my text should be in Telugu. Then that is one important, like it's a translation, voice translation to different language, one important application. So it can be anything in such manner. Next one is musical intelligence. So even you can see any applications like Wink, all these also are trying to recommend lot of things to you, right? It can be an application with any type of background. It's try to add some recommendations to that. So basically even if you are using Google Assistant or Siri, if you are trying to use that, if you are giving a song to that, it will automatically search you which song is that. It will try to show you the recommendations which movie the song is. So if you have even tried that, you can just try that. Just try to switch on your Google Assistant and you can sing. If you are fluent, you can sing, or try to give it a song which is already available. It will try to show you some recommendations, which means a system is trying to understand musical notes also. So that's how intelligence has been added to some uh, machines. Logical mathematical intelligence in problem solving like puzzles, all these things. Spatial intelligence with respect to satellites, uh, satellite images will be considered. So yeah, definitely there are a lot of things which are in a broad way for satellite based spatial governance. Next, uh, this is again kinematical. As I said in the previous sessions, AI is not only for computer science, it can be for any field. It can be for mechanical people can use that, aeronautical people can use for AI, because any machine, if it want to be intelligent, it need to definitely have an algorithm to that. Okay. It can be again intrapersonal intelligence, interpersonal personal. So these all things we'll try to learn in the upcoming syllabus. So all the syllabus what are you having will be equipped with this all these things. So the unit one, you'll be having only the basics of what are the things you need to learn as part of your AI. So I'm just listing you uh, the basic important aspects as part of your syllabus. Okay, so the detailed notes of this will be shared with you once I share the unit 1 notes. You can just follow that. Okay, yeah. So what are the things again, if you want to make a system intelligent, or if you want to do anything with respect to intelligence systems, what should I do? What is my contribution? Okay, so it can be with respect to a data, with respect to some security, it can be with respect to anything. Okay, intelligent systems are revolutionizing a variety of industries. As I said, not only computer science, it can be transportation, it can be manufacturing, it can be telecom industry. So every industry where you are having some new basically cyber security is one important area where a lot of intelligence is being added. So it's automatically trying to identify some if I say recently in Twitter, 360 or some users has been identified as some dangerous terrorist users. So how they are able to do that? So there are some algorithms which are able to identify some threats which can be caused automatically by adding some intelligence to that. The people who are working in the area of cybersecurity are trying to focus on identifying people who are trying to malfunction our data, like who are trying to theft our data. So they are trying to identify these users and removing them. So these all things are possible with respect to AI. So it can be any area you can try to focus on. You are having wide applications. Okay, intelligent systems are complex and uses a wide range of technologies. So as already discussed previously, uh, if you want to make a system intelligence, it's not only AI. You need to also have the knowledge on cyber security if you want to provide security to a system. So an application, whenever it's being designed, it need to focus on everything. Suppose if I say I am designing a example, if you want to take a Google Pay or Phone Pay application, that is an intelligent application which can transfer money very fastly. But because it has all the customers' bank details or a money related aspect, it need to have lot of security. Okay, even though it's a artificial intelligence based innovation, it need to add security to that, it need to add NLP to that, it need to have all the important aspects which can cover. So the listed things here are very important aspects which an application need to enhance if it need to be a full-fledged application. Okay, so definitely in the upcoming years you will be concentrating on these type of things. Yeah, so even if you want to design a even a EC guy can approach us and they can take our help for designing some important chips for adding intelligence to that. Okay, so it is a multidisciplinary area where you can try to focus on large applications. So yeah, what are the advantages and disadvantages? I hope I have covered this in the previous session. If not, again we'll just have a glance at that. So why we need to learn AI? What are the advantages I will be getting if I learn? So digital assistant, as I said, Google Assistant is one application. So anything which can make me my work easier can be an advantage to me. So it can be anything, it can be any application. It can be a laptop which is trying to communicate between us, right? So now you are at your home and at
Okay.
yeah, somebody is talking. Okay, please mute yourself. Okay, so now we are trying to communicate ourselves from your home. You are just visible to me, I am visible to you, and we are having some communication. So there is some intelligence added to some application. That's the reason we are able to communicate with ourselves. Okay? So likewise, there are many advantages and also disadvantages with respect to AI. So as a single user, it's very difficult for us to develop some high-end application because cost is very important thing. Somebody, please mute yourself. Okay, I'll just mute everybody. Okay. High cost is one important drawback of AI. So with respect to individual user, it may be a high cost, but if you are going with any MNC organization or any broad area research, then high cost is not a big problem because the result will be an extraordinary one. Okay, there are some drawbacks that AI cannot think out of the box, which means a human need to add more intelligence to that. Okay, that's all possible. As I already gave example of Robo movie, where intelligence can be added to Robo, but there are some drawbacks which can be faced. Okay, the same manner, it doesn't have any emotions. You all know what happens if something happens, and if emotion is added to that, right? So you have seen as part of your Robo movie, which is very clearly understood. Okay. Definitely the drawback is we will be depending more on machines. That is one, our thinking power will be reduced with whenever machines are available, because we get lazy every day. That is one important disadvantage which we may face in the upcoming years. So definitely there are advanced machines which can even think better than human beings, but at the end of the day it is we need to add some intelligence to that. So once look at the tree here, what are the things again, I'm trying to focus on the main thing. What are the important areas we need to cover if you want to make a system intelligent? So if I talk about artificial intelligence, it's about intelligence. In the upcoming sessions, you need to concentrate on these areas. You can see machine learning here. As I said, in unit 4 we will be learning about these things. What is machine learning, what is supervised learning, these all things will be discussed. So NLP, natural language processing. So I'll try to give some insights about this in the unit 5, which will be learned. It's not about complete NLP. NLP is again one broad subject which we need to which you need to work with in the upcoming years. Like if you want to categorize the text based things, then NLP is one important place. That important things like expert systems, vision, speech, computer vision, image recognition is a broad. It's a just overview of what is AI and what is the broad structure of your AI. Okay, we need to just focus on any of this area and try to move forward in the upcoming years. Okay, so let's see about what are the different types of AI. So as part of innovations, there are different types of AI, type 1 and type 2. So we will discuss about type 1 today. There are three different types of AI: narrow AI, general AI, and strong AI. So let's look into what are these three types. So how they have categorized these different types of AIs. Yeah. So the first one is called as weak AI or narrow AI. So where you will the basic applications whatever we are developing now, that is called as your weak AI or a narrow AI, where a single user will be trying to use an application. Suppose if I say Google Assistant is my own application, right? My phone is linked to Google Assistant. That's the reason I am able to talk to it and getting some results. So the Google Assistant can be called as a weak AI. So even though it's a part of AI innovation, there are much more beyond things which AI can invent. That's the reason it is being categorized as weak AI. The chess game, what you are playing with the system, or any application you are playing, a Ludo game which you are playing with your system, is an application of AI, and it can be called as a narrow AI. So all these things require the basic machine learning and NLP language. Intelligence, you can just learn machine learning and try to focus on some innovations. So as a beginners or as a normal users, we if you are able to design application in weak AI, then it's a very good achievement. So definitely we will think in the broader way in the upcoming years, but already many industries and research centers are trying to focus in this area, and they have just crossed this place now. So people have just moved from weak AI to the next level. Okay, uh, so we'll move on to the next one, that is general AI. So now every industry is trying to focus on this area. So general AI is a type of intelligence which could perform any intellectual task with efficiency like a human. So we can say if you are just looking onto the screen, if I say three categories of narrow AI, general AI, and strong AI. So narrow AI is an application which is less than human beings. We can in our language you can say narrow AI is something, a small applications which is less than a human being. And general AI is something an equivalent to human being. It has all the powers, all the intelligence can be added to a machine which can resemble your general AI, which can resemble your human beings. So all the way which we think in terms of the speed in which we can process, if it is able to compete a human being or cross the limitations of a human being, then it can be called as general AI. The best example what I can give for this is a self-driving car. So without a driverless car, right? So a driver is not available in the car, but a car will be operated automatically with the basic things. So that's how things have been innovated, and it's called as your general AI. And the next AI is the super AI. So still there are see my screen, guys. There's a small disturbance for me here. Anybody can respond. So is my screen visible? Okay.
Visible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, super AI is the upcoming innovations. Hopefully, you people can think in this manner in the upcoming years. So in the upcoming 10 years of time, hopefully we will try to reach this place. A super AI, super applications can be developed, which can surpass the intelligence of human beings. Even it will be able to be much quicker than human beings in terms of thinking. It can be in applications. Uh, all these things come under super AI. Okay, so these are the three categories of your AI which you need to keep in your mind. And with respect to this, you can look into the applications of AI, what industries are focusing on. So people mostly are trying to focus on these areas. Okay, so as of now, in this current 2020, we are only in narrow AI. We are just industries are trying to move on for general AI. So in the span of upcoming 5 to 10 years, we can just say that we will be in the advanced position, and hopefully I can see many of you trying to focus in these areas. Okay, uh, that's it, guys, for today's session. We have just covered one important topic called as intelligent systems as part of your syllabus. Okay.